So now that we're all set up, all the equipment has been tagged, Bluetooth has been connected, the next step is to check the equipment out to go onto a job. This can be done on any device, so it can be done on a laptop, desktop, mobile phone, iPad, tablet, anything that can be connected to a Bluetooth. The first thing I'll show you now is how to use it on a desktop, so you can see what the desktop interface would look like for a manager user level. You might have a laptop in your warehouse or have a tablet with a big enough screen to get the desktop interface. So what I do is I click on inventory, select checkout, and then I can see all the jobs that I've been scheduled for today or in the future coming up. I'll take today's job here first, press continue, and now I simply need to scan all the items that are going to the job. So I'll scan my Hilti drill, my impact driver, my cordless drill, assuming we've got some carabiners and things going on the job, and these are now my ropes. Once I've scanned everything that needs to go to this job, I simply click on checkout, and that checkout has now been saved. If we want to see where equipment is, I can, for example, go to my instruments and then bring up the item that I'm looking for if I wonder what job it's on. And we now here have a history, so I can see the item has been checked out on this date at this time by this user, and here I've got a link straight away to the job that this item is on. So if I click onto that link, it takes me straight to the job, and then again within the job, now here at the bottom where we've got our checklist and our job hazard analysis, we now have EasyID item tracking, and when I click on here I can see a full list of all the equipment that has gone onto this job. The mobile interface previously for employee and supervisor user levels only had calendars and tasks, but you'll see once you activate the EasyID add-on that you'll also now have this checkout and check-in button on the screen. So assuming we're on a job and going straight to another job, I'll check the gear out again, so it's essentially being passed on. Click on checkout, I pick the next job we're going to, and now I scan all my gear for that job. So same procedure, scan everything that is moving on, and then we go to the bottom, press checkout, and that checkout has now been saved. So now we've just finished our job. It's the end of the day and we've returned all the equipment back into the warehouse. In this case we will click on to check in and simply again scan all your gear. That was all the gear that was on the job. It's now back in the warehouse. I click on check in and then I can return to my dashboard and continue on with whatever I need to do. So we've scanned the gear out from the warehouse, it's gone on to a job, it's moved on to another job, and the gear has now returned to the warehouse. So let me show you what that will look like in your inventory now. So all the equipment has been returned. I now go to my inventory and have a look at my instruments. This could be, for example, an IRATA audit scenario or any other audit that you might go through. I select the piece of equipment that's being audited, and then here at the bottom I have the status of the item has been checked in on this date at this time by this user. But if I click here on show history, I've now got a full history of this item, where it's been and what it's done. So I can see it's been checked out on this day at this time by this person, it's been passed on to another job, and it's been checked into the warehouse on this date. If I click on any of these lines, for example the checkout, I can see which job or jobs the equipment has been on. You can scan item to more than one job if you're going to do more than one job in a day. And again here I can see the second job it's been on etc. And always you still have that link to the job, so if you wanted to go and have a look at all the other equipment that has been on that job, you could do that. For example, a rope might have been exposed to a chemical, and you now need to remove all the ropes that have been on that job from service, because there might be a risk that the other ropes could have been exposed to a chemical as well. So hence the requirement for this feature. And that's it. I hope you like it. If you are keen to get started using RFID tracking for your tools and equipment, give us a call or send us an email. You can go straight to our website and look at the items there as well. They can be purchased on our shop, or you can give us a call and we'll give you a quote. Any purchases that you make from us come with 30 days free tracking. And yeah, we look forward to working with you on RFID as well.